Assalamualaikum. Our group will be presenting about the 10 Malaysia plan. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce my group members. My name is Nurul Fadin Hanani, followed by Nora Sila Nabila, Ahmad Danish, Amirul Hadi, and Datu Muhammad Izzat.
Hi guys and Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Danish bin Muhammad Sarwi and I will talk about introduction of 10 Malaysian plan. What is 10 Malaysian plan exactly? 10 Malaysian plan or 10MP is a national development plan that focuses on large-scale construction and infrastructure projects. Its main goal is to help Malaysia become a high-income nation. The construction sector plays an important role because it creates jobs, increases the country's GDP, and supports other industries such as manufacturing and services. Through investment in infrastructure and cooperation between the government and private sector, the 10MP helps promote long-term economic growth and development in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirul Hadi bin Ismail, and today I will be explain about one of the economic policies, which is fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is how the government control the economy. The government use two main ways, which are spending and taxation. Um, Government spending means that the government use money for projects and public services such as roads, school, and hospital. This spending help create jobs and improve infrastructure. The second tool is taxation. The tax is money collected from people and business. This money is used to provide public needs like education, healthcare, and transportation. For the next part, I will be explain about how fiscal policy affect in construction industry. Number one is government spending. When the government spends money, it creates construction jobs as increase demand for building material and services. The more government spend, the more jobs will be and business growth. And number two is tax also affect construction costs. Um, if taxes are high, building becomes more expensive and fewer projects may be built, or the developer may cancel the projects. And if the taxes are lower, construction becomes cheaper and more projects can they are willing to start another projects. For example, under the 10 Nation Plan from 2011 to 2015, the government invests a lot in infrastructure projects. In 2012, about 49 ringgit, 49.2 billion ringgit was allocated for development. Some example are the double track railway from Gemas to Johor Bahru and several highway projects. As a result, these projects create more jobs and help support economic growth in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is Datu Muhammad Izzat Aziz. For my first slide, I will explain the overview of monetary policy. Monetary policy is managed by Bank Negara Malaysia or BNM. It is used to control interest rates and the money supply in the economy. The main goal of monetary policy is to maintain economic stability. In Malaysia, BNM used the overnight policy rate or OPR. When interest rates are low, borrowing becomes cheaper, which encourages construction and housing development. For my second slide, I will explain the main tool of monetary policy, which is the overnight policy rate or OPR. According to my report, the OPR is the interest rate set by Bank Negara Malaysia for lending between banks. Any changes in the OPR will affect loan interest rates for businesses and individuals. When interest rates are low, borrowing is encouraged, but when interest rates are high, borrowing is discouraged. In the construction industry, projects require large amounts of capital and usually depend on bank loans. When interest rates are low, borrowing costs become cheaper, which encourages developers to start new construction projects and allows buyers to afford housing loans. For my last slide, I will explain monetary policy during the 10 Malaysia Plan, also known as RMK 10, from 2011 to 2015. Bank Negara Malaysia maintained stable interest rates to support economic growth while controlling inflation. This stable monetary environment made it easier for developers to obtain long-term financing for construction projects. Lower financial risk allowed construction companies to plan and execute projects more effectively. At the same time, stable interest rates encouraged private investment in housing and infrastructure. As a result, project implementation under RMK 10 became smoother. Thank
For
you.
the third policy, I will explain about government development plan. Government development plans such as the 10 Malaysian Plan are plans made by the government to set national goals. This plan also show how public money will be spent. So how it affect construction industry. First of all is private sector participation. This means the government and private companies work together on construction projects. Private companies can help by providing their skills, money, and experience. Second one is cash flow and business planning because the plan is last for 5 years. Construction companies can plan long-term projects. They can decide to buy a new equipment and hire more worker. And the last one is creating demand for construction work. When the government plans to build roads, school or hospital, contractors are hired to carry out the work. Large government projects also create many smaller jobs such as for suppliers and contractors. Under the 10 Malaysian Plan, the government focused on physical infrastructure. This directly increased construction projects and job opportunities in Malaysia. Lastly, under the 10 Malaysian Plan from 2011 to 2015, the government focused on basic infrastructure and affordable housing. For example, program Bantuan Rumah PBR. More than 15,000 houses were built and over 41,000 houses were repaired. And the second one is Perumahan Rakyat One Malaysia Prima. Um, Almost 120,000 homes were approved and many were under construction. And lastly is Rumah Wilayah Persekutuan, Rumah WIP. It is a low and medium cost house were provided with price between 42,000 ringgit to 300,000 ringgit. This house project help provide homes for people and support the construction industry. That's it.
During the 10 Malaysia Plan, the construction sector contributed about 3.4% to 44.5% of Malaysia's GDP. Most construction projects came from the private sector, supported by government infrastructure projects. Johor had the highest construction value, followed by Selangor and the Federal Territories. These states contributed most of the construction activities in Malaysia. The construction industry also helped create many jobs. The number of workers increased from about 1.15 million in 2011 to about 1.31 million in 2015. This shows that the construction sector provided more job opportunities during this period. Employment increased almost every year. There was a small decrease in 2014 due to project completion, but the number of workers increased again in 2015. Many jobs were created for engineers, project managers, and surveyors.
This slide shows infrastructure development under the 10 Malaysian Plan First, for public transport and aviation development, the road network was expanded by 68% to connect rural area. The major project is the Klang Valley MRT Line 1 from Sungai Buloh to Kajang, as well as light rail transit LRT system. In addition, KLIA-2 was built because air passenger numbers increased by 46%. Next, for digital infrastructure development, the National Broadband Initiative was introduced. More than 70% of Malaysian households now use broadband, and nearly 56,000 kilometers of fiber optic cables were installed across the country. Overall, this development is improve connectivity, transportation, and digital access in Malaysia. This slide explains investment development in Malaysia. First is public investment, especially in the tourism sector. Under the 10 Malaysian Plan, several initiatives were introduced, such as the Economic Transformation Program, National Tourism Policy, National Physical Plan, and Local Agenda 21. In 2011, tourism performed very well, earning RM 58.3 billion in revenue and welcoming 24.7 million tourists. Next is foreign direct investment. FDI, the government targets 8%, a steady income growth under the 10 Malaysian Plan. Education and training help attract foreign investors, increase demand for skilled workers and lead to higher wages and create more employment opportunity.
So, conclusion that we can make based on this presentation is that the construction industry plays a very important role in Malaysia's economic growth because it turns government policies into real development and infrastructure. Through national plans such as urban transformation and public-private partnership to create jobs and stimulate the economy. These policies not only increased construction activities but also guided the industry towards more sustainable and innovative practices. Therefore, it is important for future construction professionals to understand the strong connection between government economic policies and the construction industry, as this relationship will shape the future development of Malaysia. So far.